Hi, I'm Ken Oakes with Oakes Daylilies. One of the great things about daylilies is just a huge amount of variety available. And not just in different colors, there's pretty much every color except for blue, but different bloom shapes. Your more standard, sort of a regular round daylily bloom, and then you got double blooms. And what I'm going to talk about today in this video is the spider types. And I didn't really pick out my top 10 because I don't know that I could narrow it down to just 10, but we went through the garden today and picked 10 varieties that were looking great. We actually got 11 because we couldn't stop. So that's what I want to talk about this video today, spider daylilies, and some of the really nice ones that are looking good today. Now these are called spider daylilies because they have long thin petals, kind of like the legs of a spider. This one here is a variety called Kindly Light, and this is kind of what's referred to as a classic spider in that the petals are 5 times as long as they are wide. And some of these others, that's not necessarily true. They're not a classic spider, but they're an unusual form, definitely spider types. We kind of lump all that together into the spider category. A lot of people like the spiders for a lot of different reasons. One thing about them is if you plant them in your garden mixed in with the different other shapes, you know, the more standard shape, round shape, and then the doubles, these really stand out because they're different. So you're walking along like, oh hey, here's something that catches your eye because it's different. And a lot of people like to collect the spiders. My grandfather really liked the spider types. At one time he had over 400 different kinds of spider types, so I told you there was a lot of variety. So we don't have that many, but we still probably have at least a few hundred, I would guess. So that's the spider types, and I'll go over which ones these are. So the varieties in this vase here, I got, this is a nice big, golden orange, I guess, probably orange, I guess I'd call it, called Jersey Spider. Big blooms, probably 7 to 8 inches in diameter, and again, tall scapes, you know, probably at least 30 to 36 inches or so. I mentioned this one earlier, the variety Kindly Light. This is a classic daylily. You know, it's been in trade for a long time, and like I mentioned, a classic spider. You know, the petals are more than 5 inches or 5 times as long as they are wide, so a classic spider, Kindly Light. Oh, I didn't mention on this one, I forgot, was we were cutting these today, we noticed this one's really fragrant, which some daylilies have more fragrance than others. Just to keep in mind, daylily fragrance is subtle, so even on the most fragrant, you can smell it walking through the garden, but it's not like a rose or anything. Just to temper your expectations on that. And then let's see, back behind here, this one is the variety Peacock Maiden. Great big purple blooms. It's probably listed at 9 inches or so, with a light yellow green center. And then this is what's called a midrib, this white line that goes down the middle of the petals. So big midrib on that. And then the last one in this vase, this is a variety called Spider-Man, and really lots of blooms. Really looks good in the garden. Makes a gorgeous clump. Is one of our best sellers, really. Spider-Man. All right, so this is what happens when you cut blooms and carry them across the garden and stick them in a vase. Yeah. So in any case, this is the variety Spider-Man. Look, I'll just stick that right back on there. There you go. And so Spider-Man, big bloom, 7 or 8 inches in diameter, big yellow throat, and like I said, makes a nice clump. So you can find spider daylilies available in pretty much any color that you can find in daylilies. This vase here happens to have a couple of lavenders and a gold and a light yellow. One thing too I'll mention about spiders is a lot of them happen to be tall. So all of these are pretty tall, like 36 inches or so. That's not always the case. This nutmeg elf, a small one here, is going to be shorter than that. But if you're looking for something tall, the spiders are a good choice. And big blooms. You'll notice a lot of big blooms in spiders. Really eye-catching for that reason as well. So let me just tell you about what I've got here in this vase. This is the variety Spider Miracle. Nice light yellow with a really green throat. This is about as chartreuse and green as you're going to see in daylilies in the throat there. That's Spider Miracle. I think it's about a 8-inch bloom. Again, big blooms on the daylilies. So 6 inches at least, and this one's again 36 inches plus. This one here, this is, I really like this one. I got this one planted at my house. Valley Watercolor is the name of this one. Big blooms. I know this one's listed at 9 inches. And again, the big yellow center and a nice lavender purple. Let's see. I mentioned Nutmeg Elf is the name of this little bitty one. Isn't that cute? Just, really long, thin petals. But this bloom's only, maybe 3-4 inches in diameter. So just really a small look. If this is planted next to something big like this, that's a contrast you got going on, or next to a round bloom, it's really going to show up. And then the last one we got in here, this is sort of a dark, what do you call that? Sort of a ruby color, I suppose, ruby purple red, with a big yellow center. This is the variety Scarlet Pimpernel. And this one won the Stout Medal, which is Daylily's highest award. So this one's looking really good in the garden these days. Lots of big blooms, again, 7-8 inches at least in diameter, if not more, and tall, 36 inches or so. So that's the ones in this vase. All right, so the last vase here, before I melt in the sun, it's mid-June, it's getting warm out here. This is the variety Calico Spider. And this is a gold with a maroon eye zone to it. That's what you call a darker color in the center, an eye zone. And again, big blooms held on tall scapes. And then behind it here, this is a Heavenly Dragonfire. This is one of my favorites. I happen to like the bright oranges, just personally. We live in Tennessee, go big orange. So this is a great big 7-inch bloom probably, and again, held on tall 36-inch scapes or so. There's more of that one. This one up here, this is a variety called Chloe. This one's a kind of cool variety. This is an older variety. It's been around a long time, so it's really hardy, a great grower. And this is a bicolor. The petals are lavender purple, and then the sepals are sort of a creamy yellow. And again, great big petals or blooms, 7-8 inches, and tall, more than 36 inches. And yeah, that's the 3 in that one. So you ought to give the spider daylilies a try. They give a unique look to your garden. Like I mentioned, mix them in with the regular kind and they really stand out. And one of the great things about daylilies is just all the different varieties and attributes. I talked about eye zones and just a bicolor like that one. We did a video a while back about attributes on daylilies. You might want to check that out. It's kind of interesting. We've grown daylilies for over 40 years, so we love to talk about all things daylily. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them below, or our contact information is on the website. We'd love to hear from you, and thanks for watching.